Yeah.
Portal here with top 16, right? I believe.
Yep.
Yeah. At YCS Secaucus, New Jersey, bro. Nice. So, what did you play and what is your name?
My name's Anthony Sciulli, and I played pure Trickstar.
Pure Trickstar. Man, I love pure Trickstar. Let's get into it, dude.
Sure. So Trickstar cards, not much to talk about here. Typical 7, 3 Candina, 3 Lycris, and 1 Lilybell. It's standard engine. Yeah. And then I played a whole bunch of hand traps. I played 16 in the main. So 3 Ash, 3 Droll, 3 Reaper, 2 Ghost Bell, and 2 Ghost Ogre.
Oh my goodness.
So I was trying to beat the Goki matchup, which I anticipated being the most popular deck. And that was not the case. It was actually Trickster and Trickster Brandish. So a lot of these were not very good in like the mirror match, like Reaper and Bell and Ogre are just okay.
Yeah.
Droll's the MVP all day. It's insane as a card.
Oh yes, that's the best hand trap of the weekend, man.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. That's
going forward, it just hits everything. The based hand trap, based.
Based, all right. So that's your monster line.
Yeah, so that's it for the monsters. And then for spells, played triple light stage. Just search it, 3 terraforming. And then just 3 scapegoat, 1 desires, and 1 Raigeki.
1 desires.
Yeah, I went with 1 desires just because I understand it's a draw 2 card.
Yeah.
But at least for this deck, like I wanted to be able to have access to Lilybell as much as possible. And I never really wanted to activate 2 desires with this deck. So I just played the 1. It was fine. I might bump it to 2. It wasn't terrible.
Well, how often did Raigeki come in clutch though? Because Cerebus and stuff, their cards, right? So
yeah, it wasn't very good, but this deck just can't deal with monsters that are bigger than Candina.
Exactly, you lose to Garnet, right?
Yeah, sure do. So the thought behind Raigeki, even though there's all these boards that have Cerberus and stuff, like this isn't going to out an entire Goki board, an entire Spiral board, or anything like that. But with all the hand traps I'm playing, I'm probably going to be facing some kind of reduced version of that board.
Yes.
So Raigeki is going to come in handy when it's, there's a couple monsters, like maybe you got Ice Old Goblin or something,
Right.
So with those, and like, it wasn't intended to kill full boards.
Hey, got you to talk, dude.
Hey, it worked out. I don't know.
You would keep it in, right? Or?
Probably, yeah. Honestly, I think that playing pure Trickster was wrong, and that the Brandish build is better.
My friend, you top 16 with me.
No, I know. I really just didn't have time to test the Brandish build. I literally borrowed this deck from some friends. Oh, shout out to Grant and Jason who helped me borrow cards and get the deck together when I got cold feet about Goki and decided to switch on literally Friday. So they helped me out there, but I didn't have time to test the Brandish cards at all. Going forward, I'll probably put them in.
Okay. That's your trap lineup?
Yeah, traps. Just 9 traps, straightforward. 3 Reincarnation, 3 Impermanence, 3 Torrential.
Okay. Wow. All right. Torrential's nice. What were your thoughts on the 3 Infinites?
So Infinite's really good, and it's more hand traps. I really like that in the Goki matchup, it's negating all effects of Ice-Old. It was also really good in some random matchups, like it was really good against True Draco, and there were a couple times in the Trickstar matchups where it really came in clutch. In a Sky Striker matchup, I think I negated a Kagari or Shizuku or something. It was pretty good all day. I wasn't like, oh, this is really bad, wish I didn't play 3, and even if I drew multiples, it was good, so I don't know, I was happy. That was another card to play going second. It's better than Valor, so.
It's kind of a clutch Solid Strike,
Yeah.
So 40 cards for the main, right?
Yeah, just 40.
Okay, cool.
So that's it for the main.
You want to do your extra deck?
Yeah, let's do extra. Link Spider, Link Karibo, it's the only Link ones. Nightmares, played Cerberus, Phoenix, Goblin. And then I also played Unicorn and Griffin.
Oh, you had room for Griffin? Nice.
Yeah, Griffin was a little weird. I wasn't sure about it. My man Vince Healer told me to play it, said it would be good. And there were a couple times when it came up. I was able to make it off, like if you're going off a Scapegoat, you can make a Link Spider and then a Griffin. So if the Link Spider dies, they still can't really activate their effects. But what I mainly used it for was setting back Scapegoat. Because if I resolve Scapegoat once, and then use the Griffin effect to set it again, that's getting me so far ahead in advantage, and I start spamming the board with links, which this deck shouldn't be able to do. The Goblin did not come up. There was never a time when I wanted to make it, but at the very worst, it was a second Reaper target if I drew double Reaper against like Goki or something, so I don't know, we'll see going forward. I played one Holly Angel, just the OTK piece.
Yep.
You don't see it that often. I think once or twice in the event, maybe. Radiant for the goat tokens, and then Firewall Boral Load.
Ooh, where I'm from, that's a Boral Load right there. Nice.
Clever. And then I did choose to play Break Sword. This was really good. There were a couple times where like I was able to bring back a Lycris.
Yeah, you're maxing out on Lycris, so it makes sense. Yeah.
Bring back the Lycris and normal summon a hand trap even. So like there were a couple games against Trickstars where like got down to a simplified game state, and I had Reincarnation Lycris in the grave, and I was able to banish that. Oh well, I started picking off their back row, and it's 2,000. That's pretty big. That's good enough. So that was really good. It won me a couple games, and then Reaper targets just 3: Isol, Helix, Gagari.
Man, I'm surprised you had room for that stuff, but hey, it worked out.
Yeah, I didn't play any spirals. This didn't come up. I think I hit that once. And a lot of the matches that I played, even though they were playing the Brandish cards, I didn't leave Reaper in because Kagari is an extender to the Trickster strategy, but it's not like so integral to it that hitting it with Reaper actually does anything. So I'd side them out or I'd leave one in just to try and see. But like I never wanted to open doubles against the Trickster Brandish. And even against regular Brandish, Reapering this wasn't very good because they always like start with Ray, and when I'd Reaper, they just tag out quick effect into Ray.
Exactly.
And Kagari rather. So it's okay. I don't know. It's probably if I'm gonna keep playing Reaper, I'll probably leave it in, but we'll see how the format develops before Nationals.
Of course. And last but not least, your spicy cider.
So I played triple shared ride. Every time this card went off, it was ridiculous. Against Goki, I drew 3, and if I didn't get like chain blocked, it would have been 7. It was a misplay on my part. It was a bad play. I like flipped the torrential before I activated the shared ride when they made the ice hold. It was a 2 Goki, so like 1, 2, 3, and I made torrential 4, and they reboot 5, and I was trying to make this 5, and I was like, oh man. So I probably should have activated that first. That's just an oversight. So bad play, but the card was really good, and especially against the Trickster Brandish, like they just kind of stop, or they have to take the Maxi challenge.
Of course.
I played 2 Called by the Grave. This came in going first against heavy hand trap decks, as well as it's just generically good. So hitting cards, I think I started in for Altergeist and hit a Meliseek. It was pretty versatile, and I used it all day. I'm not sure about it, how good it's going to be in like the presumed mirror matches, but it was okay. I wasn't playing some cards I should be in the side. I didn't have any back row removal. I really wish I played Heavy Storm Duster because it came up a few times. It worked out okay, but yeah.
Well, most of the time you have the light switch.
Yeah, that's true. But like especially the way people play around Reincarnation, they'll like start their turn by setting 1, setting 2, setting 3, and if they're doing that, they're normally setting like normal spells they don't want to lose, so they set Engage, they set quick play spells like Widow Anchor. And if you just can Heavy Storm Duster that, you gain advantage really quickly. So that's probably going to go in somewhere, main or side going forward. Really not sure. I haven't thought forward too much yet.
I guess the rest of your side.
Yeah, the last spell was Dark Hole. Just for going second outboards. Same kind of logic with Raigeki, except that Dark Hole is just not as good. So I decided for going second. Triple Evenly. I resolved it one time against Pendulum, the 60-card Pendulum deck. That was weird. But the rest of the time it was a very expensive blank card in the side deck that I never used.
Oh man.
And then traded 3 strikes and warning, just to help with going first. And this is really good against a lot of matchups. Good against Altergeist, good against Sky Striker. These decks that aren't doing a whole lot of extension, you can strike their 1 summon and it's going to do a whole lot to stop their plays. And like the Trickstar matchup, Reaper and stuff had to come out, so something had to come in. These are just generically good cards. They stop hand traps, they stop, summons, and I think Warning is underestimated. People don't play Warning. They just play 3 strikes. Warning is great.
Warning is great.
And then last but not least, double anti-spell.
Ooh.
I got 2 scoops off it, and that was it.
Yeah, that is a pretty clutch card right there.
Yeah, my top 16 match, which I ended up losing. Game 2, I just flipped the anti-spell, and he just like picked up his cards. So.
Okay, so you said top 16. So what was your record after Swiss?
After Swiss, I was 10-1, which was second. My only loss was to Trickstar Brandish in like round 6, and that dude ended up doing really well too. He finished. I think he was still playing last I saw. He was moved on to top 8. He beat Jeff in top 32.
Oh, you did?
No, he did.
Oh,
he did. Yeah, he beat Jeff. I don't know how he's doing now, if he's still going, but yeah, he was my loss. And I played a variety of decks. I didn't play any Spiral at all. There were like 2 Gokis, 1 Altergeist, 1 True Draco, 1 Pendulum Magician, and the rest were Trickstar variants.
Dude, very nice.
So yeah.
Hey, thanks again, man.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, Portal out.